So yeah, I'm Alison O'Dowd. This is Mason London, and I guess you're going to start.
I guess I'll start, yeah. So I got, Alison was my quasi-advisor, for lack of a better term, at Humboldt State. I was there getting my master's from 2015 to 2017. And in my last year, Alison got a big grant to do some geomorphic stream surveys for the State Water Board. And it was only to be done on the South Fork Eel River. The grant got extended for 2 more summers, and we got to expand throughout the whole northwestern part of California. So me and a colleague of mine were in charge of some field crews, and we surveyed, I think, 165 sites throughout the Klamath Basin in 2 summers, from the Klamath River mouth all the way up to the tippy top. So it was the very last day of the field work on the last year, and we were actually driving back on the 96, and I was talking to our field techs, and I was already working for another company doing these study abroad field courses in different parts of the world. And I was like, man, this class like writes itself. Like, you know, this would be such a great class. And then I was thinking, we have such a good resource with the university, and there's thousands of kids just right here who spend 4 years, and a lot of their case studies they use in their programs at the Klamath, majority of these kids spend 4 years and never even come out to the Klamath and see what's actually going on. Simultaneously, talking with all of these nonprofits, expressing how difficult it is to get people to Hayfork, to Happy Camp, to Soames Bar, all these little rural sites, to get good people that want to work and make change. So I had this idea for this course, kind of pitch it in a way where it's like, oh, we can help all these agencies, have able bodies help implement projects. We can also expose students. And then Alice and I get to spend 2 weeks driving around the Klamath in the summer, so that was also a plus. So I pitched it to Alison, and we've been working on it for 3 years. We were supposed to run it 3 years ago. And for obvious reasons, this is our first year doing it. So I'll just briefly go through the itinerary, then hand it off to Alison. So we're starting like a 2-day classroom session at the university, and then we will be day 1 driving over to Willow Creek and meeting with some Yurok fisheries biologists, talking about just an introduction to fisheries, focusing on traditional ecological knowledge, visiting a fish weir. And then the next day we will be in Junction City on that large, the Trinity River Restoration Program, looking at past restoration sites, current restoration sites, and future restoration sites. And then from there, we will be driving up Highway 3 and going to Mount Eddy, which is the largest peak in the Trinity Alps. And we'll be meeting with folks from CDFW who have been working on it's a 25-year study where they're looking at amphibian populations throughout all these alpine lakes, looking at endangered and rare frogs. So we'll be helping out with that. And then from there, we'll be driving up and over into the Scott River, meeting with the Scott River Restoration Council, talking about the Scott River watershed, and working on some beaver dam analog projects there. And then Alison will finish it off.
Yeah, so from Etna, then we'll head to the dams, right? That's a really important place to visit, and will be cool as we teach this class every summer. We're going to have to adjust our itinerary and where we go as, you know, things come out, but should be exciting. So we're meeting with Mark Branson, who's with the Klamath River Renewal Corporation, get a tour of Iron Gate Dam, have the students get a chance to see Iron Gate Reservoir, Copco Reservoir, get kind of a sense of that whole area. It'll be mid-July, so I think things will be sufficiently icky, and that's an important thing to show them, right? Is that, because we will have talked about that algae buildup and things like that, so for them to see it firsthand, to feel it, you know. And then head downriver. We'll be meeting with folks from the Karuk tribe to look at some of those off-channel restoration projects on Horse Creek and some of that large wood loading. Then head down to Curly Jack, and we'll be here. We'll do a 1-day rafting trip, just kind of similar to what we're doing today, a hike to Ukanam Falls. And then head out to Soames Bar, which is where the Salmon River meets the Klamath River. And we'll meet with the Salmon River Restoration Council, help them do some restoration, kind of clearing where a tributary meets the Salmon River, helping to clear paths for salmon, moving rocks and things like that, doing some snorkeling, getting in wetsuits, get the students to look under the water and hopefully see some salmon. Then meeting the next day more downriver near Orleans, meeting with Frank Lake and talking about cultural burning and also the Mid-Klamath Watershed Council and stuff that they've been doing. And then heading up and over Bald Hills Road so that we can end the class at the estuary. And meeting again with folks from the Yurok tribe and taking boats up to Blue Creek where they've done a lot of studies, which is a tributary of the Lower Klamath, so that the students can really see. I know we're not going to the Upper Klamath, it's only 2 weeks, so we don't get up into Oregon, but they'll at least get a feel for the dam section and downstream, and all the while talking about restoration, ecology, cultural importance, all of those things, and then heading back to campus after that. So it's going to be a whirlwind tour. But yeah, our vision is kind of what Mason was saying, is like really connecting students to the river and connecting with folks that are amazing folks, like some that we heard from this morning and a lot of you that are here today, just to see what's going on. So yeah, we're really excited.
Yeah, and my hope with this is that, Alison and I are going to work out the kinks over the next couple of years, but it seems like there's already so much interest in it that we can kind of create this template for a program that basically runs itself and just have it keep going for years to come as things are constantly shifting and evolving within the basin.
Yeah. So I think we should probably do lunch. So
Yeah.
if you have questions about it, you can come up to us.
Yeah, that'd be great. Risa has asked, we're going to break for lunch, but since we have kind of our critical mass of people, Risa has asked that we do a group photo. So is it